Check out my brand new ride. Ew, is that a Toyota? What's wrong with it? It is a good reliable vehicle. It even helped our country to win the Great Toyota War. The Great Toyota War? Yes, the Great Toyota War. It all started in 1972 when this guy secretly gave away the Alzo Strip to this guy in exchange for £14 million and a lasting friendship. However, it did not last long. In 1975, a coup replaced that guy with this guy as the leader of Shad and was later replaced with this guy. A really bad guy. More about him later. This made Gaddafi furious. He did not want to lose his influence in Shad and refused to recognize Habri as president of Shad. In 1978, war was declared against Shad in an attempt to overthrow Habri. After 9 years of battles here and there, the Shad and Libyan war was still at a standstill. Furthermore, with interventions from the global community, it was hard to say who would emerge victorious. Gaddafi was left with 8,000 troops and 300 tanks and had lost the support of his Shadian allies. Without them, Gaddafi's troops were disorganized and vulnerable in enemy territory. Meanwhile, the Shadian forces led by Habri consisted of 10,000 motivated soldiers to defend their homeland. They were full of morale as they were backed by the French, who provided them 400 Toyota trucks adapted to the standards of Shad. These Toyotas kept Shad mobile and ready to wreak havoc on the Libyans. Dad, why did the French help us when it is not their war? It is because the French could not take Libya's bullying, just like how Russia is bullying Ukraine now. Russia bullying Ukraine? What happened? I will tell you that another day. Now back to the story. We began the conquest of northern Shad with an assault on Fada. He had Fada surrounded and turned it into a bloodbath. In the next 3 months, the Shadians gave the Libyans a good whooping. More than 3,000 Libyan soldiers were killed or captured. Large quantities of equipment were also captured. Witnessing his forces being wrecked by the Toyotas, Gaddafi had no choice but to retreat further north. After the victories of Habri forces, the United States, hoping to crush Gaddafi for good, pledged $32 million worth of aid to Habri's government. Encouraged, Habri pushed his forces towards Alzo and launched an attack on the town of Alzo. However, they were repelled. The Libyans bombed the northern town of Shad, hoping to halt the Shadians' progression. Just like how Tony learned from his mistakes, Gaddafi also ditched his tanks for some Toyotas and managed to clinch Libya's first victory in the Toyota Wars after driving out the Shadians from the town of Alzo. While Gaddafi was occupied with the attack on Alzo Strip, Habri got one of his commanders to launch a surprise attack on one of the major Libyan airbases, with the aim to handicap the Libyans of their air power. What followed was one of the greatest victories in the Toyota War, that the Shadian government declared that the battle must be written in gold letters in the Great Book of Victories. The Libyans suffered huge casualties. Following a hugely successful attack, the French were wary that Habri may get greedy and invade Libya. Habri was then forced to agree to a ceasefire with Gaddafi. The Toyota War ended, concluding the Shadian-Libyan War, and the Alzo Strip was returned to its rightful owner.